Imagine waking up every morning working tirelessly, believing that one day all this effort will pay off, that you'll finally retire rich, live comfortably, and enjoy the freedom you've dreamed of your whole life. But what if I told you that no matter how hard you work, no matter how smart you save, and no matter how disciplined you are, the system is designed to make sure most people never reach that point? Most people think retiring rich is just about hard work, careful budgeting, or a few smart investments. They believe that life is fair and that if they play by the rules, wealth and freedom will follow. The truth, however, is far more unsettling. Beneath the surface of paychecks, bills, and savings accounts lies a structure deliberately engineered to keep you working, struggling, and chasing a moving target. While a small fraction of people accumulate enormous wealth, the majority are caught in a cycle of debt, rising costs, and endless obligations. The system isn't broken, it's built that way. Every decision, every policy, every economic mechanism is skewed in favor of those who already hold power and money. From interest rates to taxation, from corporate profits to financial advice, invisible forces are constantly shaping your financial reality without you even realizing it. And while it feels like life is random or merit-based, it's actually highly orchestrated to ensure most people remain dependent, distracted, and always one step behind. In this video, we're going to uncover exactly how this works, the traps hidden in debt, inflation, education, and even your daily habits. We'll explore why financial freedom is rare, why the so-called American dream is increasingly out of reach, and why retiring rich is not just a challenge but a system-wide impossibility for most. By the end of this, you'll see the invisible rules that govern who succeeds, who struggles, and why the system is stacked against the average worker no matter how hard they try. This isn't about blame or pessimism, it's about awareness. Because once you understand how the system works, you gain the first chance to fight back, to take control of your financial destiny, and to stop being a pawn in a game designed to keep you working forever. Most people wake up every day and work hard, believing that their paycheck is their ticket to financial freedom. Yet the moment that paycheck hits the bank, a silent force begins pulling it away. Debt, credit cards, student loans, mortgages, car loans, all of them are designed to keep you chained, not free. Debt might seem like a simple tool. It allows you to buy a home, a car, or pay for education. But the truth is far more sinister. Interest compounds quietly, invisibly, growing faster than most incomes. People think they can manage it by paying a minimum, but the reality is that minimum payments rarely scratch the surface of what you owe. Meanwhile, lenders profit every day while you remain trapped in a cycle of work, pay, and worry. And it doesn't stop there. Every time the cost of living rises, or an unexpected emergency strikes, debt expands. Suddenly, your paycheck isn't just supporting your life, it's servicing loans, penalties, and fees. The system subtly conditions you to accept this as normal. You are made to feel that working more, earning more, or tightening your belt slightly is enough to overcome it. But for most, it's a treadmill with no end. By the time people think about investing or saving for the future, most of their energy and money have already been consumed by debt. The cycle repeats. Work harder, pay more, and watch your wealth slip through your fingers. Those who escape early often do so through exceptional luck, extreme discipline, or by exploiting loopholes that the majority will never discover. Debt is not merely a financial burden, it is a mechanism of control. It ensures that most people spend decades working not for freedom or wealth, but merely to stay afloat, never realizing that the rules of the game are stacked against them from the start. Even if someone manages to minimize debt, another invisible force erodes their potential wealth. Inflation. Prices of everyday necessities rise steadily, often faster than wages, silently devaluing your money while you sleep. Think about your groceries, rent, healthcare, or utilities over the years. They creep higher and higher, while your paycheck often barely keeps pace. Inflation is like a slow leak in a bucket. You keep pouring in effort and money, but the water never seems to stay. Many people assume that saving a portion of their income will eventually make them secure, but if their savings don't outpace inflation, their nest egg is slowly losing real value. The cost of living is not accidental, it is part of a system where prices, wages, and opportunities are carefully calibrated to favor those at the top. Corporations know that most people live paycheck to paycheck, so raising prices is absorbed by the masses, not the wealthy elite. Meanwhile, your dreams of early retirement, of freedom, or even a comfortable lifestyle are continually pushed further away. This is why even diligent savers find themselves struggling to keep up. A $100,000 savings account today might feel substantial, but in 10 or 20 years, it will buy far less than imagined. Most people never consider this, trusting that hard work alone will be enough. But inflation ensures that the work never truly pays off, that your labor is perpetually needed, and that your money works harder for the system than for you. Financial freedom, in this context, becomes not just difficult but nearly impossible for the average worker. Even if you avoid debt and account for inflation, there's another invisible barrier: the lack of financial education. Schools prepare students to earn a living, but rarely teach them how to manage it, invest it, or protect it. The knowledge of how money actually works, the power of compound interest, the strategies of investment, the mechanics of taxes and inflation is deliberately scarce. Financial institutions fill this gap, offering products that promise growth or security, but often carry high fees or hidden risks. The average person is left to navigate a complex system with little guidance, while advisors, banks, and corporations profit from their ignorance. Most people never learn about assets versus liabilities, about passive income streams, or how the wealthy leverage money differently. They are taught to work for money, rather than make money work for them. This ignorance is not an accident, it is a feature of the system. Knowledge is power, and those who control financial education ensure that power remains concentrated. Without this education, the average worker remains vulnerable, making financial decisions that feel logical but are designed to benefit others. Retirement plans, credit systems, and insurance policies are often presented in a way that encourages compliance rather than empowerment. As a result, even with good intentions and hard work, many people find themselves ill-prepared for the future, always one step behind those who understand and manipulate the system. Breaking this cycle requires more than discipline. It requires learning the unspoken rules of wealth that most people never encounter. Money is not just numbers, it is emotion, and the system knows it. Society constantly conditions people to desire, to compare, to consume. Social media, advertising, and cultural pressures create a sense of inadequacy and urgency, pushing people to spend rather than save. We are told that we need the latest gadgets, the newest fashion, a bigger home, a better car, or the perfect lifestyle. It is a subtle, relentless manipulation that keeps people chasing status rather than building security. Even when someone tries to save, the fear of missing out, the allure of convenience, or the pressure to keep up erodes their financial discipline. Psychological manipulation ensures that money becomes a tool of stress and distraction, rather than freedom. The system exploits our emotions, teaching us to equate spending with happiness, while hiding the truth that wealth accumulation requires patience, knowledge, and delayed gratification. Most people fall for it, believing that short-term pleasures are worth sacrificing long-term security. They accept loans, credit cards, and installment plans without realizing they are trading decades of labor for fleeting satisfaction. By the time reality sets in, years have passed, habits are entrenched, and freedom feels distant. The psychological trap is as powerful as debt or inflation. It ensures that even when the rules are understood, human behavior often undermines financial progress, keeping the majority working endlessly, distracted, and dependent. Finally, at the top of this pyramid, sits the reality most people never see. The system is engineered to benefit the wealthy. Tax laws, corporate structures, and financial networks disproportionately reward those who already have money. Investments compound wealth in ways that wages cannot. Assets generate returns that grow faster than the average paycheck. Policies, lobbying, and institutional knowledge create advantages that the average worker cannot access. While most people struggle with debt, inflation, and consumer pressures, the wealthy leverage the same forces to multiply their wealth. The game is rigged in subtle ways. What feels like a level playing field is anything but. Even those who earn high salaries often find themselves trapped, because their income is taxed heavily while opportunities to make money work for them are limited. Understanding this is uncomfortable, but necessary. The system isn't broken, it is designed to perpetuate inequality and keep the majority working, consuming, and dependent. True financial freedom requires awareness, strategy, and often, an ability to operate outside the conventional rules. Those who understand the system can navigate it. Those who don't, remain trapped in a cycle that appears endless. For most, retiring rich is not merely difficult, it is nearly impossible under the conditions society imposes. After seeing how debt, inflation, lack of financial education, psychological pressures, and systemic favoritism shape our lives, it becomes clear why retiring rich is not simply a matter of hard work or good intentions. It is a battle against forces designed to keep most people working forever. The system isn't broken. It's engineered to benefit a few while the majority toil endlessly, their efforts absorbed by invisible structures they rarely understand. But awareness is the first step toward freedom. Once you recognize the traps, the illusions, and the hidden rules of the game, you gain the power to make informed choices, to question conventional paths, and to carve your own way toward financial independence. Retiring rich is possible, but not by following the crowd, not by blindly trusting the system, and not by assuming life is fair. It requires strategy, knowledge, discipline, and sometimes thinking completely differently from everyone else. The truth is uncomfortable, but facing it is liberating. You can no longer blame chance or luck, because you now see the patterns that govern wealth, success, and freedom. The cycle of endless work and fleeting rewards only continues for those who remain unaware. The choice is yours. Stay trapped in the system, living life according to rules designed by others, or take control, educate yourself, plan strategically, and find ways to make the system work for you instead of against you. Your financial destiny is not entirely determined by the world around you. It is shaped by the awareness, decisions, and actions you take today. The clock is ticking, but knowledge gives you the edge. The journey to true freedom is not easy, but it is possible for those willing to see the truth, challenge the invisible forces, and take control of their future.